There is something called normalcy bias, where people downplay the seriousness of threats or behaviors, even when it's clear they're in danger, in order to give themselves a false sense of security. When people facing discomfort by information that contradicts their beliefs or desires, their instinct is to try to reduce that distress by minimizing the threat, by convincing themselves that everything is normal when it is far from that. This is what is happening to a lot of people in America right now. So if you know someone who's just trying to go about their day and not talk about politics or the president or what's going on in Minnesota or California, then I want you to share this with them to remind them that ignoring things doesn't mean you aren't affected. It means you can affect it. So I'm going to go through some of the things that have happened in the past couple of weeks just to remind people that none of this is normal, that we need to remain shocked and outraged lest we become pliant and powerless. The truth is this government wants to wear us down. They are doing everything at once because they want us to feel overwhelmed. They want things to feel inevitable and unstoppable so that we don't even try to fight back. We just put our heads down and get our coffees and shop and cook and pretend. We pretend we are still living in a free country where hundreds of people are not being kidnapped daily by masked men, where elected officials aren't being thrown to the ground and zip-tied or assassinated in their homes with their children present. They want us to pretend that cutting healthcare and cancer research and food assistance is normal, but none of this is normal, and we can't for a second allow it to be normal. It's not normal for a congressional budget bill to offer less services, take more taxes, and add trillions of dollars to our debt. It is outrageous for the U.S. Senate to even consider a bill with a public favorability rate of -30. What elected representatives vote for a bill that absolutely no one wants and don't even think about the next election? That is deeply suspect. It is not normal to stop testing your country's food and drinking water and medications for poison. It is not normal to deliberately destroy your own world-class health industry, defund some of the world's top universities, and abandon all your cutting-edge science research. It's not normal to cut the Federal Weather Service that everyone from states trying to prepare for natural disasters to the U.S. Navy depend on. It's not normal for the president to take control of the National Guard against the will of the governor of a state, to completely disregard states' rights and federalism. It is not normal or legal for the U.S. president to order the Marines to occupy an American city or threaten to send the military to other states simply because they are run by a different political party. It is not normal for the president to make laws. That's Congress's job, just like it's the job of Congress to declare war. So having the American president claim he might just start a war with a foreign nation should feel shocking. It should shock you that the American president left the G7 summit early because he was having trouble being coherent. It should distress you that the president does not read the daily briefings or that the people around him are inept and unprepared for all the crises they themselves are creating at home and abroad. It is nuts that the president took a $500 million plane as a gift from the same country that funded 9/11 and Hamas, that his children are going around the world using his name to make deals on golf resorts, that their family is selling everything from meme coins to sneakers to golden cell phones. It is not normal for soldiers at a U.S. military base to be screened for their political affiliation so the president can appear to be surrounded by cheering accolades as he publicly insults political enemies in front of the people responsible for defending all of us. It is not right to sell merchandise and white privilege credit cards on U.S. Army bases or put tanks in the street of our capital. And it is not normal for a sitting Republican senator to make fun of a double murder simply because the victims were Democrats. None of this is normal. And we can't normalize it because violence should be unacceptable to us. Ignoring court orders should be met with repercussions. Cruelty and incompetence should be deal breakers for public servants. So stop saying that you're fine because this isn't fine. None of this is fine. And we can't fix anything until we collectively acknowledge that. We don't need to be on the same political team to live in the same reality, but we have to get into reality or the normalcy bias will leave us deeply unprepared for what comes next.